While everyone is distracted by Trump's wag the dog war and the Iranian retaliation on U.S. military bases targeted by short-range ballistic missiles, after the assassination of Qasem Soleimani, a 737 airliner heading to Ukraine was mysteriously blown out of the sky after taking off from Tehran, and that was no coincidence. Keep in mind that everyone on board the airliner died. Almost 140 people including the flight crew, but because the US is now officially at war with Iran, we might never have the chance to read the flight manifest and find out who were the passengers, and that's very convenient in case that 737 was carrying people somehow involved in Trump's shady businesses with Ukraine, which I strongly believe have nothing to do with military aid, and have everything to do with an international human trafficking ring run by Trump and his old friends Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeff Epstein.
State media is reporting technical problems. It's an incredibly good aircraft. It has a very...
If you are not able to see the connection, let me remind you again that in 1998, the U.S. Department of Justice sought to evict Jeff Epstein from a building located a couple blocks from his mansion in Manhattan, which was utilized as a safe house by the Iranian government before it was seized by the U.S. Department of State, and as crazy as it sounds, it was leased to Epstein himself for almost 1 decade. Now guess who was the mayor of New York City when the U.S. government leased a former Iranian safe house to Jeff Epstein? Nobody else but Trump's personal attorney and janitor in Ukrainian affairs, Rudy Giuliani himself, and that's obviously no coincidence either. So from where I'm sitting, I see a middleman, Jeff Epstein, and his madam girlfriend Ghislaine Maxwell, whose father was Ukrainian by the way, operating an international human trafficking ring that was probably exporting children as sex slaves to very powerful Iranian men for at least 10 years, and Trump's problems with Iran have nothing to do with national security interests, and have everything to do with covering up his ties to a major pedophile syndicate that connects the US, Israel, Ukraine and Iran. Now there's also ongoing rumors that the 737 was carrying Mossad and CIA personnel trying to flee Iran and was taken down by Iranian missiles, which I don't believe as long as their airspace was closed, and I seriously doubt that Israeli and American spooks are stupid enough to try to get out of Tehran on a plane that had a bullseye painted on it, a move that reeks of desperation and panic of people who deal with other businesses, not military intelligence. I could be wrong on my analysis, there's no way of knowing without the flight manifest, but right now I'd bet my money on the strong possibility that the US and Israel might be staging a fake war to eliminate liabilities that could expose Donald Trump's connections to Jeff Epstein's human trafficking operation involving the US, Ukraine and very powerful men in Iran, a suspicion that could be confirmed if Washington de-escalate the tensions over the next days. Otherwise Trump's loose ends are still not tied up.